He was your #1 receiver, and guess who was second in targets in the opener? Deontay Thompson, wherever he's with the Jets now. They cut him after 9 games last year because he just couldn't carry that load. He's not a #2 receiver.
You had him hyped up,
though. Okay, well, it's all I had. They tried to do it by committee, and it did not work. And then what happened at Seattle? They tried to feature Zeke at Seattle. He drops a huge early 3rd down pass that he could still be running with, and then he fumbled late and killed their rally. There were 2 Dak interceptions in that game, both of them tipped by where Cowboys got their hands on the football and it tipped up in the air. And guess who was Johnny on the spot? Earl Thomas was right there to get the little deflection, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they had a chance to win that game, but Zeke didn't come up big in that game. Detroit, what was the key play late? It was a long pass, 34 yards from Dak to Zeke. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Zeke became their leading receiver because they didn't have one. What team can go to the Super Bowl with their back as the leading receiver?
You're making my point.
No, you're making mine. It's over, Shannon. That's all he had. He has to throw to his running back in a clutch situation with the game on the line. Why don't you run a wheel route, and I'm going to hit you for 34.
So
wow.
Now you're making my point. Because not only can Zeke run you to the championship, now he's catching the ball.
You're going nowhere fast when your running back is your #1 receiver. Sorry.
But you keep telling me how Amari Cooper, how Dak picked up once Amari got there. But who led the league in rushing the last 8 games of the season? Can you tell me who that is?
Okay, but you don't think Dak was just lighting it up with his arm? That's why they won the games. It's a passing league.
That's my point, Skip. No, my point is the big plays come out of play action. Because now what can you do?
Big plays come from the #1 who can't be covered by 2 people. That's what happens.
You know why? Because the safety is down in the box and you're getting single high safety. That's how it gets done. Skip, let me ask you a question. If I gave you a choice of Amari Cooper and the top 8 receivers, who you taking?
Say that again.
If I give you the top 8 receivers, if I give you Julio, AB, D-Hop.
It's all about connection with quarterback. It's all about wavelength. That's why I keep telling you, Julian Edelman is a top 5 receiver because of his connection with his quarterback. Amari is a top 5 receiver to me because of his connection with Dak Prescott.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, if I were to agree with you, which I don't, why in the hell haven't the Cowboys given Dak that contract that if he's the guy, if he's everything that you said he is, why haven't they given him the money?
They will. Just wait and watch. This is called negotiation. That they have an embarrassment of riches. They have all 3 superstars, and right behind them, a couple of more potential superstars coming of age and of contract. Want to bet they get them done? Want to bet?
Skip.
We haven't even played 1 preseason game yet.
You don't need to.
This takes time.
If he's the guy,
patience.
Skip, if he's the guy, what are we waiting on? What do you need to see? Jerry Jones, Skip, Jerry has said that Dak is a franchise quarterback.
I think I'm still talking here.
Can I, Skip, give me a chance. Skip, you gonna give me a chance to refute anything, or you just gonna keep stalling?
Do I refute you in your opening soliloquy that goes on for 8 minutes? You say you're still talking.
Skip,
I thought it was my turn.
It was your turn, but you made 7 points. Can I get an opportunity to make 1 point?
I'm beating you over the head with these points.
Go ahead.
Here's the next one.
Okay.
So remember the game they lost early at Houston? It went back and forth. It was a defensive struggle. It went to overtime. It's Dak versus, we're going back and forth with Deshaun. They're trading passes and they can't break the game open.
Okay.
Guess who the leading target receiver was in that game? Zeke. He had the most targets of any Cowboy receiver. They don't have a #1. Then they crushed Jacksonville 40-7. But what happened?
Without a #1?
Zeke ran for 106 yards. Guess what my quarterback had to run for? 82 yards in that game. What do I tell you about my quarterback? My quarterback can kill you with his legs if you give him a chance. Kellen Moore this year will give him much more of a chance.
Are they running the option? Or are they throwing the football? You told me you and Todd Archer and everybody else keep telling me points come out of the passing game. Why are you running the quarterback then? Is he throwing the ball while he's running?
Then they lost a game at Washington because the kicker clanked one off the upright after a bogus penalty got called on the long snapper. Was Dak Prescott not a warrior in the 4th quarter? Do you remember what he did?
Who threw that pick 6? I don't want to know who
he threw for 120 yards in the 4th quarter, did my quarterback. And guess in that game who had the 2nd most targets? Ezekiel Elliott. And then Thank you, Jerry. Here came Amari.
Okay.
And life changed in Dallas because you can't win. You fell to 3-5 because your number 21, your running back, became your number 1 receiver. Won't work, Shannon. Won't work. Not that valuable. Can't do it.
Okay, if that's
Okay.
if everything you say is true, is that Zeke can't carry you, can't run you to a championship, and Dak and Amari is the guy, why haven't they paid him?
They will. It's just business. It takes time.
Aaron
Like I
Rodgers
said,
didn't wait. Aaron Rodgers got 2 years late.
Do you realize the Cowboys are going to have to play 4 exhibition games before the first real game?
Oh, so-
you know,
so that's
we
what-
got miles and miles to go.
So are they
It's
wait-
why Jason Garrett said yesterday, we're a long way off. Well, he means that literally and figuratively because literally they're a long ways off. It will get done. This is what Jerry does best. This is his Super Bowl, and he will win his version of the Super Bowl contractually. Just watch.
All I'm saying
You're
is-
okay.
all I'm saying-
You're just gonna. It's gonna hurt so much. You're gonna hear the news. Oh, they signed another one, and they signed another one.
Skip, I'm not doubting whether or not, but my thing is that you think you're going to get them for the Dollar Tree price, and you're not. You're going to have to pay these guys top 3, not top 5. Top 3 money.
You
they
realize they have enough cap to do just that?
Okay, well then why don't they go ahead and do it?
Because they're not fools.
No,
They're not
okay.
idiots. They're negotiators.
Okay.
They didn't just fall off the turnip truck coming in from Little Rock.
And guess what?
That's what
You're
happens.
making my point.
They're so good at this.
And you know
they
what?
will get it right.
Neither is Amari's
Yep.
agent.
But
Neither
they have
is
to be
Dak's
the most
agent.
careful with the running back because the running back can only take you so far in this day and age. And they will pay the most money by far to number 4. By far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skip, he's the quarterback. You know, no matter how great a running back is, he's not going to make more than he's not going to make more than the marginal quarterback.
Okay.
The running back won't. Skip, you know that.
Okay.
So don't base it because Dak's going to get 30 million and Zeke's only going to get 15 or 16. That shows the value. You know how this works.
I dare any Cowboy hater out there to put the pencil to all the games played last year and tell me I'm wrong about this. The most underrated, underhyped, underappreciated quarterback has become Dak Prescott. You have little to no use for him. Most people who come on this show don't get him.
Right.
But if you put the pencil to it and study it, I see 6 games he pulled off fourth quarter comebacks that were Brady-esque. And I do not throw that term around very loosely. And I'm talking about Detroit at home, at Washington, the kicker missed, he clanked it off the upright after a bogus call that set him back 5 yards, or they would have won that game to me. Then look at Philly. When the season got turned around, he goes 88 yards in the fourth quarter. He led them on, he threw the big strike to Allen Hurns on a 3rd and 5 at the Eagle 35.
Oh, the Allen Hurns, did they cut?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, they don't need him now because they got Amari. Okay?
Hold on. So why didn't they cut him when they got Amari?
Okay, that's weak. The point is, at Falcons, go check this out. Go look what he did. Go look at the big late completions.
What did Zeke do?
To Gallup and to Cole Beasley.
But see, the thing is, all you're doing is what did Zeke do?
When the money's on the line, nobody cares about Zeke anymore. It's can you stop the passer? That's what it boils down to. In the National Football League, in the end of the game, can you defend the pass?
Well, Skip,
and they couldn't.
Skip, okay.
He beat Philly twice, fourth quarter in overtime, and he lit them up.
Okay, but answer me this question, and then I'll be done with it. If Zeke is so inconsequential, what's the negotiation? What are we talking about?
Well, that's a hard one, man.
No, it's not.
Because he thinks he's better than Todd Gurley.
It doesn't matter
and
what
he well may be, but Todd Gurley didn't deserve Todd Gurley money. So you got a problem because if you give in to Zeke's early demands, if you just say, sure, we'll give you that, you might bite that bullet for the next 3 or 4 years because he might not be able to live up or to stay healthy enough to live up.
All I'm saying to you and all the guys that said, look at what C.J. Anderson did when Todd Gurley went out. If you feel that strongly that Zeke Elliott is in the same situation, why is that even a negotiation?
Okay.
You just signed Tony Pollard.
Thank you.
Okay, then.
I agree because he's the one guy you have under your control for 4 years. Do you want to keep him in Cabo for 4 years? Does he want to stay there for 4? That's a long time.
Trade him.
No.
Why not?
He's the best back in football.
No, what are we talking about then? He's the best back in football. You said Todd Gurley doesn't deserve his money, the best back in football.
Wait a second. We got him. We got him.
No, you don't.
Unfortunately, the CBA says he's ours.
But I get.
Am I right?
But I get all of that.
Why would we trade him?
Hold on.
We got him.
The CBA.
He loves to play football. He needs to play football.
The CBA also says you can put 2 franchise tags on Dak Prescott, on Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. So what's the deal? You got him. So why are you trying to negotiate now?
Okay, but Dak has way out-earned his contract. He's going to make $2 million next year.
Zeke Elliott has led the league in rushing 2 or 3 years.
Do you really want to risk Dak Prescott becoming a free agent at the end of this year? You want to see people jump after him?
Well, they're telling you they're willing to risk that because guess what? They hadn't signed him yet.
Well, they will.
Oh, they will.
Want to bet?
Hold on.
Want to bet by season opener Dak Prescott is signed, sealed, and delivered for the next 5 years? Want to bet?
You got 3 guys under contract that needs contracts, that want contracts.
Okay. We got this. Jerry.
You hope.
I got the Brady of negotiators negotiating right now. I got Jerry Jones. He is Brady-esque. 2 people I don't bet against. Tom Brady on a football field, Jerry in negotiations.
Well, they got Tom Condon and Scott Boras negotiating their contract.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever compared Jerry Jones to Tom Brady.
That's the only time.
That is a new one.
He's right now.
We're going to
By the way, I got one last quick point against New Orleans. It was a nip-tuck game, obviously, on a Thursday night in Texas at Jerry World. Dak Prescott had a QBR in that game of 72. Drew Brees had a QBR of 15. Just to say, underrated, underappreciated,
15.
underestimated.
And guess what? I know a guy that had a QBR of 26 in the Super Bowl and won.
He won.
So QBR really doesn't go to show you how well or how good or bad he did.
Because Brady is Brady.
I'm just saying. With
the money on the line,
Brady.
he went 5 for 5.
You guys, it's good you mentioned the guy because we now have proof that Tom Brady is leaving Boston. Well, at least he's leaving Brookline. We'll discuss that next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.